Hello everyone, Douglas Macbeth again with week 3 review. Well, you made it to the end. Congratulations. It's been a busy 3 weeks, but you've stayed the course very well and continued to make some great discussion points this week, so I've really enjoyed reading them. I've still to catch up in this week's webinar, I confess. I'm not doing too well this time round. But I'm sure it will be very interesting. It certainly sounds like a speaker who knows precisely what she's talking about, so I'm looking forward to that. Interesting reactions to the poll about supplier relationships. The reason for the poll was to kind of bring into focus the portfolio argument we had earlier on, that you cannot justify treating all suppliers the same. Some need more investment because the benefits will be greater, but everything can change, so you're better not to abuse someone who may be important in the future. And in fact, all of these issues need to be kept in review and looked at carefully from time to time. Another nice discussion point was the one thing to change, and it was really interesting to see how many different answers there were to that question. So maybe the course has caused a lot of different kinds of reflections to take place, and people are picking out the bits that mean most to them immediately, which is exactly what we would hope would happen. Of course, the key thing in all of this, and hopefully this is what the course has stimulated, not just with our materials from the teaching side, as it were, but from your interactions with each other, is really that this is an increasingly important area of activity. I think the evidence of the current environment is making that even more the case, with the problems in globalization, the whole interconnected network that the COVID-19 has demonstrated for us all, is that, and not least in fact the whole political situation of the horrible effects that racism in all its forms and tribalism in different forms has caused us to reappraise some of the things that we've taken for granted for too long, at least some of us of particular colours. Need to reflect a lot more carefully on how we react to the world. So maybe this is a time for real reflection, real cause for new ways of thinking and working and collaborating, hopefully. We need to do it for the pandemic solutions, but we certainly need to do it for global climate change solutions. And so it would be nice to see the world coming together in new ways, kind of what we've been looking for in this course. In terms of trade, it seems to make much more sense to collaborate where you can, compete if you must, and there will still be places where competition is the way forward. But increasingly collaboration must encourage us or provide a new way to leverage all of our resources. So if that message has come across clearly in this course, then I'm pleased with that. We tried hard, and hopefully we stimulated your thought processes, and I think the evidence is there in the discussions that lots of you have taken a lot out of this. In fact, a number of you have been nice in your comments afterwards and saying thanks for our efforts. But at the end of all of this, the key message is for any kind of course, any kind of development process, is do something. Keep experimenting. It's one of the lessons of the quality movement. Maybe we haven't paid enough attention to it in this kind of course. But the idea of continuous improvement is, for me, fundamental in all of human activity. It's not just about quality, it's about the way we live our lives. So getting better each day in everything that we do must be an interesting challenge. So hopefully we've stimulated you to follow that path more vigorously in the future. And please do remember that the materials that we've presented here might not all be relevant to you immediately, but they're still there. Keep access to them, keep referring to them, and little bits and pieces will become more and more relevant at different stages in your development process. We still have a big job to persuade some of our superiors in our organisations to think about these things more carefully. But the change is coming. I can see it in the years that I've been involved in this kind of subject. I think the change is coming. So thank you again for being a terrific group of people, really taking advantage and sharing and discussing things. It's been great fun watching it all. So final thanks to all of the support team, and a thanks to all of you for your efforts, and very best wishes with your career in the going forward. Bye for now, and thank you.